Well, hello everybody. This is going to be the first breakdown of a series of my latest album, Old Nell's Ferry, and what I'm just going to do is I'm going to play a song. In this case, my new single, Water, and I'm just going to play the song in the original project that I recorded it in from start to finish, and just kind of see what it is that I see, and just notes of what I did and the recording process. So, without further ado, let's start with these samples right here of the water droplets. I'm going to solo that and open it up down here. So, yeah, as you can see with the levels that I put right here, it kind of fades in and stays like pretty high, and then it will switch over to this reverb that will kind of carry throughout the song to kind of give it some more depth and placement in the song. But it starts just pretty vanilla. As you can see, I made some differences between each sample, so it's not the same one over and over. To make it realistic and new, I kind of switched it up, and here you're going to hear the reverb, kind of makes the sound have a little bit more depth. Make it a little bit deeper, kind of resonate more. And that will kind of carry the rhythm for the whole beginning of the song. Which brings me to the piano part. Really simple. The song from beginning to finish is just four chords. If I pull up this right here, you can see the exact notes that I used in the MIDI file. I used a MIDI piano, so just all digital. Yeah, just variations of just the first, third, and fifth of the chords. So 1 3 5, 1 3 5, 1 3 5, 1 3 5. And obviously you got the bass notes. So the song starts off pretty stripped back. The vocals are going to come in here, very simple.
The planet can't catch me here. Watch a Gemini gasp for air. Dying, I'm standing in the rain.
Some more movement is going on in the mix. I added a guitar, just different tone, different rhythm, and kind of add some drama and make it more cinematic. There's a cello in there as well.
Stay right here and wait till I breathe underwater.
Everything's gonna cut out,
The day
so your ear is leaning more towards that guitar.
you
Yeah, it's
will
cool to have
never
layers, and you
see
can kind of play around with taking stuff away,
again.
adding stuff together, kind of make the mix more dynamic and fun to listen to. So at the end of verse 2, there's a build, and that is also when the drums are implemented, so let's kind of give a spotlight to them. It's just going to be a simple build.
Right on me. Here I
Just
can
straight
see
bump, bump,
green.
bump, 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 bump. The
Holy,
cello is doing
holy
something
beauty.
similar. Yeah, I layered those. Just kind of give it a little bit more weight. And then that's when the drums will carry over
Flowing tides, rolling guns,
into the
rolling,
chorus.
just standing in the rain. Letting it
Just
right
kind of
here.
marchy.
And wait till I breathe underwater.
It kind of gives me like a
The
tribal
day-
feel. Kind of gives me like a shark bait, hoo ha ha type feel to it. Which kind of keeps things moving. Building intensity. Speaking of which, here are the strings. Now with the strings, it's very interesting because I had to bounce these and layer them the way that I would usually do it. If I had like C right here, I have a violin, I have a cello, and I have a viola for like a big string section. These are just the individual digital instrument files, but up here, I have it muted at the moment so you can hear everything more clearly. But I would paste one of these as like an audio file, and I would add delay to one. I would make one a little bit early. I would make one flat, make one sharp, and I just kind of add different versions of that so it sounds big and full, and like there's 1,000 cellos or 1,000 violins playing. I know this is very violin heavy. I have some violas in for harmony. We can just listen to that, just kind of solo these real quick. So you got the cello holding the low end, and the viola adding a little harmony, like I said. And the main melody is but what's cool though about the cello part here is that there's two cello parts going. One's more choppy. More dramatic, more cinematic. Then we have an electric bass as well, which I recorded that one live. More dramatic, more dark. Kind of warmed up the mix a little bit, so all together that will sound like this. And this bridge is so special because it starts off with all the instruments that you've seen like earlier, but it includes the string section, which adds a more dramatic, like cinematic flavor to it, and then the bass comes in, and I also did layers on the drums, which I wanted to spotlight that for a second. So we have the normal drums right here. Just kind of more bright, more straightforward, but I have another kit playing in the background that I implemented into the bridge that's sort of built into it. More deep, more hollow, more heavy. And I faded in to add to the intensity. So together, more full, but there's kind of an undertone, a little bit more depth to it. And here comes the cymbals, which I love so much. A song that's about water, this kind of reminds me of a flood, like waves crashing, tsunamis, like a waterfall, just big crashes. And one final one. And then we go back to our basics. The guitar, the piano.
I'll wait till I breathe underwater.
For good measure, one more hit of the cymbal there to kind of round it out. And we come back full circle to the water droplets, which a little Easter egg, which I don't know if everyone will be able to catch, but way tucked back in the mix. As you can see at the bottom here, that the water droplet files are actually playing the entire time. So if I were to pull up the volume here of where I have all this, let me tuck away this. It starts off pretty high because it's like really forward and the main thing in the mix. But once we get to the more reverby tones, it just kind of goes down and down and down to about that, I believe, the second chorus.
Flowing tides, rolling, controlling, just standing in the rain.
Very subtle, but if you listen very closely, you can hear the little bloop, bloop, bloop in the background. But as the bridge builds, it comes back, it comes back, it comes back until the very end where it's full circle and it's already back in the front of the mix.
I'll wait till I breathe underwater.
And the song ends exactly how it began. And just like a little retard there to kind of make it different and interesting, and I don't know, just kind of being symbolic that the song is over and that the drain or whatever's leaking is finally running out of steam. But yeah, that is Water from start to finish. And I hope you enjoyed this because I've been having fun making these, so stay tuned for more.